Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. Today, I'm gonna give you the lecture on chapter 6, which I started before your Eid vacation. Hope you just enjoyed your vacation. Since it is gone, then we have to. You know that the monthly exam is knocking at the door, so that's why this chapter is just I'm gonna finish it, and I just I'm giving you the suggestion that please read the chapter thoroughly, and also just don't skip the exercise portion of the chapter. So let's continue the class. Already I just discussed of half portion of this chapter, but I am reviewing it, so I'm just starting from the beginning. Chapter 6, business plan. We know that a business plan means when you thinking about your future in advance, that is called the plan. And business plan means when you thinking about your future and future activities of the business in advance, that is called the business plan. That means this is the chart or graph, future chart or graph of your activities of the business. So it is a written document, it must be a written document, and it is included all the information about your business, like objective of the business, nature of the business, management style, financing, present status, future development process, all the information which is necessary for your business, running our business, that should be included in the chart or graph, or it is called the business plan. So that is the business planning. And business planning or business plan is similar like a roadmap for the tourist, or blueprint of a building constructor. So you can the question may be arise like, what is called as the blueprint for a building constructor? That means the answer is business plan is called blueprint for building constructor. Now, importance of business plan. Importance of business plans, all that is the future chart or graph, future activities, future regarding the future activities. So that's why it is obviously a guideline for the operating the business. So first one is guideline to operate the business, then capital arrangement and investment. When you want to start a business, you have to collect the capital, you have to gather you have to arrange the financial sources for your capital. So when you are arranging this, that means you are borrowing fund from your relatives or friends, or maybe borrowing from the bank or financial institutions. Then you have to submit the business plan of your activities. This is very much needed for borrowing money from the financial institutions. Also, when the investor just want to invest money on your business, they also just want to know about your future plan. They just know about your want to know the business plan. So in this case, you will submit the business plan to the investor or to the bank or financial institution, and that plan will help you to get the money. So that's why you can say that business plan is very much important for arranging the capital, or for the investment. Proper utilization of government facilities. When you are seeking the facilities from the government for as a new businessman, or as an entrepreneur. So in that case also, you just need to submit the business plan for getting the facilities which government is provided. So that's why proper utilization of government facilities, yes, it is necessary. The business plan and plan is necessary for the government facilities. Helps to make decision. Obviously, plan is helping you to make the decision, and business plan is also helping you make the decision about the business. That's why business plan is very much important. Process of business plan. Process of business plan, the success, mainly the success of the business plan depend on the right selection of the project. Okay. So what is the project? Project means it is the planned activities which is completed within a limited time and with the with a particular objective. So that is called the project or business plan, that which is called project. Project means the planned activities or thoughtful activities which is which must be completed in a specific time period and also with a particular objective. It can be for new business or maybe the existing business. So that is called the project, and the success of business depends on the right selection of the project. So uh, this is the process of business plan. And when you are saying about the process, that means there are two steps. First one is identifying the project concept, and then second one is evaluation of the concepts and selection of the project. First, identifying the project concept means when you are thinking about different type of ideas about the business, then you have to just pick up one or two ideas, and all the ideas which is revolving around your head. So you which are the best, you have to find out the best one. You have to identify the best one, which is which would be more profitable, which would be more successful. So first step is identifying the project concepts are and the demand of the product and services mainly give birth to the project idea. This is the question for MCQ, like what is the what is the reason, what is the main reason for the project idea, or which is behind the giving birth of the project idea. The demand of product and services is related to giving the birth of the project idea. When you initiate taking initiative, or when you thinking about new idea, the demand of the product and services are just behind it. So this is the this is an MCQ answer, yeah, just a question for knowledge based question or for your MCQ. First one is identifying the project concept. You have to identify the best project, or thinking about different type of several ideas and picking up the best one. And then second, you have to and first you have to evaluate the concepts. Then that means you have several ideas, like you are going to start a restaurant, or you are going to start a computer shop, or you are starting the stationery shop. There are three types of ideas in your head, but you have to pick up the best one. And in this second step, evaluation of the concept, you have to evaluate the three ideas. You have to evaluate it, you have to analyze it, and then you have to select one, because you cannot work with different ideas at a time. So that's why you have to pick up one or maximum two. So in second step, you have to evaluate the concept and selection the select you have to select the project. And in two ways you can evaluate the concept. First one is macro screening, and second one is micro screening. Macro screening, I just told you in previous class that macro screening means it is related to the huge thing, or huge objects, huge elements. That means which is uncontrollable by human being. That is the macro screening. Macro screening elements are population, economic environment, natural environment of a country, political environment of a country, cultural environment, legal environment. So that means these are the huge elements of a huge, these are the huge thing which you cannot control. So that is included in the macro screening part. Macro population is very much you have to think about them when you start a business or when you taking a project. That means you have to think about the population of this particular area. Then you have to think about economical condition of these areas people, like what is the savings, savings of the people, income of the people, expenditure pattern, standard of living. Those are the things you have to think about before you're starting the project. that is included the economic environment. Then natural environment, obviously, you have to collect raw materials from your nature, so that's why when where you want to put your project just on, so you have to think about the raw materials first, because if you have to collect the raw materials from far from your business, so that will be very much expensive. So you have to start the business, or you have to start a project where you can get the raw materials easily. So that's why natural environment is must be analyzed before starting the project. Political environment is also necessary, because the if all the political if your the political environment is not static or stable, then you cannot run your business comfortably. So that's why it is very much important. Cultural environment, legal environment, those are the things which are must in the when you screening the project or evaluating the project. So that is the macro screening part. Then micro screening is related to the elements like that is controllable by human being. That means the elements which are included in the micro screening, you can control it, the human being can control it. So that is called the micro screening. Micro screening included the elements like market demand, technical aspect, commercial aspect, financial aspect, and then the contribution to the national economy. So these are the things. Market demand, you first to survey the market, you have to survey the market means the potential consumer. That in business, market doesn't mean that that is grocery market, fish market, meat market, or the dress market for the dresses. That is not the market. In business, market means the potential consumers or customers. So you have to you have to first survey the market and analyze the market demand, customers point of view, customers taste, customers interest. Those are the things you have to find out. Technical aspects related to the technological and mechanical points of your business, like what will be your technological specification, what will be your machineries, what will be your the mechanical mechanical implementation or mechanical elements. That means all the technical or mechanical instruments which is related to run out the project, that will be included in the technical aspect. Commercial aspect means you have to find out the cost, sales price, estimated profit. These are the things you have to justify or analyze in commercial aspect. And financial aspect, you have to find out the project cost, project financing, return on investment. Those are the things you have to find out in financial aspect. And last of all, contribution to the national economy. You have to before starting the project, you have to just find out that you will have the contribution to the economy or not. You have to find it out. So this is the thing which are related to the micro screening. After macro screening and micro screening, you have to you have to find out the you will be able to select the best one, best project. So after that, you have to submit the report, business project report, and then this is the last stage of your process of business plan. So first one is you have to identifying the project concept, then evaluating the project concept by macro screening and micro screening, and after screening, you have to select the one project, and last of all, you have to submit the business project report in clearly and properly. So this is the process of business plan. Now guideline for small business plan. That means when you preparing a business plan, what points you should think about, or what points you should must include in the business plan. So these are the list. First one is business plan should be precise and free from excessive wording. That means it must be short and excess free from the excess word. Then objective of the business is to focus only on one or two products, that which I told you, that you have different type of ideas of business project, but you have to think about just one or two, because when you think about different type of ideas at a time, that will not be successful. So if you have to think about just one product or one project, or maximum two product or two projects. So that is the thing. Then in the management process of the business, unknown person should not be included. Yes, obviously in managerial activities, you cannot just you cannot just give the place for unknown person. So any product, next one, any product should not be described with words only understood by the professional, rather it should be comprehensible to all. That means you have to use word, any type of word, which is more easily got by the any person, because professional, if you using terms like which just professional can understand, that should not be included in the business plan. You have to pick up the easy word for the business plan, because business plan is for every stage of your business authority, like high class authority, middle class, and the lower class. So managerial level, in managerial level, upper class, middle class, and lower class. In lower class, they are the labor cannot understand your professional word or technical word, so you have to use the easy word for the lower class people, who or lower class managerial lower class managerial human being or assets. So that's why you have to pick the easy word which they can understand easily. Then sales volume should be projected on the basis of realistic quantity of production capacity. That means you have to put the sales volume based on the demand, and supply and demand should be should be thought about before the starting the plan, or before preparing the plan. Business plan should not be drafted on the basis of vague information. That means uncleared information is not allowed for the business plan. There should be a detailed discussion on the present and probable problems of the business in the business plan. That means you have to discuss all the problem that is that can be happened in present or future. All the problems should be included in the business plan, and also the solution of the problem must be included. So uh, last one is, it is necessary to involve all the members of the management team, and if necessary, advice from an expert may be sought for. That means when you preparing the business plan, you have to involve all the members of the management team. That's why in that case, the all the members, when all the members are joining in preparing the plan, then it will be easy for understand. So and it will also help to build up a proper plan, successful plan. So that's why you have to involve all the members of the management team. No one should be ignored, no one should be skipped in preparing the plan. So these are the guidelines that should be think about before starting the plan, or before preparing the plan. Now the contents of small business plan. Contents of small business plan included these information. First one is name of the business organization, address of the organization, name of the entrepreneurs, brief of the entrepreneurs or directors, nature of business, management style of the business. That means these information must be included in the business plan. And guideline, in here you are just, these are the guidelines. I just discussed the earlier, the topic that discussed earlier is the guideline, but now I am saying about the contents, the information, the main information which must be included or must be stated in the business plan. These are the thing: nature of business, management style of the business, precise description of market survey, attachment of projected financial statement, total cost of the project, projected income, projected expenditures, income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, break even analysis. These are the information. So it should be attached in the business plan. Here is a projected financial statement. First, you have to find out the fixed capital and working capital. That means fixed cost or working cost, variable cost. Here fixed cost is 5,50,000. That means fixed cost. I hope you just know about the fixed cost and working cost or fixed capital or working capital in your accounting subject. So when you want to get the total cost, you have to find out the fixed capital and working capital, and then you sum up those two cost, and you will get the total cost of the project, 10 lakh. Then financing of the project, this 10 lakh this 10 lakh yes, 10 lakh. Yes, the 10 lakh, what will be the sources? From which sources you can get the 10 lakh? Own source 6 lakh, borrowing from relatives 2 lakh, bank loan 2 lakh, and then sum up it, and it is the answer, total 10 lakh. How can you make the income statement? Yes, revenue, you have to revenue, from the revenue you have to minus the cost, all the, that means this is the summation. From revenue you just you just submission from the estimated of revenue. From the revenue you just minus the cost, then you will get the projected income or projected you can say that what will be income or loss, profit or loss. When revenue is higher than cost, that means that there will be the profit, but if the cost is higher than revenue, then obviously there will be the loss. Then estimated cash flow analysis. The cash flow is the document or statement which is related to the business. It can be stated in daily or weekly or monthly basis. In cash flow analysis, from cash flow analysis, you can get the information about the cash flow, how much cash is going on, just going out, and how much cash is coming in. So this is the statement of cash flow analysis. And after that, break even analysis. Break even analysis, the means where the revenue is equal to the expenditures. That is called the break even analysis. Break even indicates such a state of the business where the income and expenditure of the business becomes equal. That means I by shoman, and there is no loss, there is no profit. So that is called break even analysis. And the point at which the sales and expenditure becomes equal is called break-even point. That means there is no profit, there is no loss. Here there is an example. If a businessman manufactures 5,000 cricket bats and sells them, he gets no profit or loss. However, if he manufactures more than 5,000 cricket bats, he earns profit. On the other hand, if he manufactures less than 5,000 cricket bats, he gets loss. That means 5,000 cricket bats production of the 5,000 cricket bats is a break-even point. That means 5,000 cricket bat উৎপাদন করলে তোমার আয়ও হবে, লাভও হবে না, ক্ষতিও হবে না। তুমি যদি 5,000-এর বেশি ব্যাট তুমি তৈরি করো, তোমার লাভ হবে, আর 5,000-এর কম ব্যাট যদি তৈরি করো, তোমার লস হবে। সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য ব্রেক ইভেন পয়েন্ট, অ্যান্ড ইট উইল হেল্প ইউ টু get the information about your profit, probable profit and probable loss. So that's why it is necessary. Concept and process of self analysis. Obviously, when you starting a new business or when you starting a new project, you have to think, you have to at first and foremost you have to analyze yourself, what is your ideas, what is your decisions, what is your strengths, what is your weaknesses. Those are the things you have to find out. So you have to ask these questions to yourselves, and if you get the marks, if the question answer is positive, you will get 1 mark, and the answer is negative, you will 0. Then sum of the total. If you get the 12 or more than, if you get 12 or then more marks, you have the enough possibility of becoming entrepreneur. But if you get the marks in 7 to 11, you have optimum level of possibility. But if you get the marks below the 7, that means you have no chance to be an entrepreneur. So this is the self analysis. Okay, this is end of the chapter. Now I am gonna give you the answer of the exercise. Which one helps the businessman to achieve his desired goal? Obviously the answer is plan. How a project begins from the demand of products. How a project begins from the demand of products. Then Mr. Samim stayed abroad for a long time. Recently, after returning home, he has opened a highly decorated fast food shop in his locality. The area is popular but economically not so developed. As a result, he could not make profit as expected. Um, what issue did Mr. Shamim disregard before starting the business? The demand for the product. He couldn't think about the demand of the product, because he just put a fast food shop in the locality where economical environment is not so developed. Number 4, the reason for not having expected profit from the business of Mr. Shamim. What are the reasons for not having the profit? Because consumers low income, true. Not selecting the right product, true. Small size of the market, true. Then answer is 1, 2, 3. Creative question. After completing graduation from BUET, Mr. Arif, along with several friends, decided to take up a project of establishing a cement factory, considering huge demand for the construction and housing industry in the country. They drew a detailed and long-term picture of their whole work plan before selecting the project. They arranged alternative sources to accumulate capital since they did not have sufficient fund of their own. দ্যাট মিন্স বুয়েট থেকে পাশ করা মিস্টার আরিফ হাউজিং ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে ঢোকে এবং তার বন্ধুরা মিলে তারা প্ল্যান তৈরি করে, ডিটেইলড অ্যান্ড লং টার্ম পিকচার অফ দ্য হোল ওয়ার্ক প্ল্যান অ্যান্ড প্রজেক্ট সিলেকশনের আগে তারা প্ল্যান তৈরি করেছে। অ্যান্ড দে অ্যারেঞ্জ অল্টারনেটিভ সোর্স টু অ্যাকুমুলেট ক্যাপিটাল সিন্স দে ডিড নট হ্যাভ সাফিসিয়েন্ট ফান্ড অফ দেয়ার ওন। তাদের নিজস্ব ফান্ড কম থাকায় তারা কী করেছে, তারা ক্যাপিটাল জোগাড় করারও সোর্স রেডি করেছে। দে অ্যারেঞ্জ অল্টারনেটিভ সোর্স। First question, what it is called to know the market demand of a product? What it is called to know the market demand? What is the process to know the market demand? It is called the market survey. The answer is market survey. Describe the technical side of business. You will find it out on the portion micro screening, the technical aspect. The answer, just write down the point. Technical aspect, micro screening, the element technical aspect which is included in micro screening. This is the answer for B. What type of capital is necessary to implement the project of Mr. Arif and his friends in light of above paragraph? They need the both working capital and the fixed capital. Both are needed for the necessary for implementing the project. Then Mr. Arif and his friends have followed appropriate way for selecting a project. Give your own opinion in this regard. Yes, obviously Mr. Arif and his friends have followed appropriate way for selecting the project, because they made proper plan, detailed plan for the work, and they follow the whole process of making the business plan. That's why we can say that they follow the appropriate way for selecting the project. Number 2 is math. I will give you in next class. I also have some extra, I'll give you some extra questions on mathematical part of this chapter. So that will be the that will be another class. Today I'm gonna finish it now. So this is the end of the lecture today. Okay, bye bye. See you in next class.